Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time since I've sat down and chatted to the camera, so I thought today would be a good day to get you up to speed on some of the miscellaneous things that have been happening and just catch up. You know, it's a laid back video. A lot of those mods videos, the Ducati mod videos take a long time to edit, and so do motovlogs. So today we're just kicking it, and yeah, thanks for joining me. If you are new around here, my name is Meghan Stark. I ride a 2017 Ducati Scrambler Cafe Racer, which I have customized over the years to my liking, and there's still a few more things that I intend to do to it. And I also run my own e-commerce company called Great Lake Supply Co. Perhaps one day it will be brick and mortar, but you'll certainly have to be a little patient for that because I don't foresee it happening in less than a year. But I have big plans for the company. I have grown it a lot, especially in the past year. And this year has been my best one to date. Best year ever, and September was the best month to date. So things are growing, things are chugging along, and that has been the majority of where I've been. I've been running Great Lake Supply Co., expanding it. I've been, increasing the offerings on there and just trying to scale the whole thing in a really sustainable way. And that's one great thing about how this year has gone is the growth has been very sustainable and I'm able to keep up with it. Before, in the beginning of the year, I was actually selling out a lot, which sounds like a good thing to sell out of all your inventory, but it's actually terrible because there's all those missed opportunities of people who can't buy from you. So I had to start all these pre-orders, and then there's the logistics of all that. Each time I'm ordering like double what I did before, and then all of a sudden I'm like, wow, how is that not enough? So there's been managing the cash flow, making sure I have all my bases covered and that things don't go too viral before I can keep up with it. So good problems to have, growth problems. But I think from the YouTube and social media perspective, it's hard to get an understanding of what I've been up to. I'm also not a person who's very good at cataloging things while they're happening. It's kind of like either I'm working on something and doing that thing, or I'm filming. And filming something while you're trying to do it just takes so much more brain power and planning and starting and stopping. And it's hard to truly work on real tangible things and vlog what I'm actually up to with Great Lake Supply Co. and actually accomplish things. People who do are incredible, and they must have a quicker mind than I do when it comes to filming, or they have another person around who films them. I see some great channels where they kind of have a documentarian around to record things. But yeah, lots of growth when it comes to Great Lake Supply Co., so I'm really excited about that. And if you haven't checked it out before, you absolutely should. I sell motorcycle safety gear, I sell a lot of armor, and the gear comes in the form of pants and riding hoodies. They're unisex and they're super comfy, and the pants are super soft, but then of course they're Kevlar lined and armor ready. I will probably be continuing to make content about that stuff because there's actually a lot more that I could talk about. And I want to make some comprehensive videos about SaskTech armor, but that takes a lot of prep and stuff. So, it's just trying to manage the time and make sure I am allotting time to content creation because that has been taking a back burner in the past year. But honestly, in terms of my life and stuff, this year has been really great. I moved. I don't know if you can tell that I'm somewhere else. I moved to a different neighborhood and I've just been really enjoying getting in touch with it, being a part of it. Yeah, the major thing that I've been working on that I've been sharing on the channel is of course modifying the bike. I've been working on other things of course, but that's the stuff that I think you guys are kind of here for when it comes to Great Lake Supply Co., my Ducati, and then for the most part it's all that motorcycle world stuff. And I am trying to wrap my mind around how to expand what this channel is all about without it being a big shell shock for people. But honestly, this summer I've just been having a real nice time being a human being and not having to film stuff, edit it. I've just been working on the behind the scenes kinds of stuff. When it comes to the bike, really great progress this year. We did what the heck have we done? I think I've done this in a couple parts. Last year I did the exhaust, or just did a clip on. And then this year so far we've done The tank, oh my gosh, I can't believe I don't remember what this is called every time I talk about it. It's the fuel cover, the fuel cap. Change out the fuel cap, which is actually a whole to-do, and so you'll have to watch my video going through all that. And when I say we, I mean me and Dan. My mirrors, so the old mirrors are actually great mirrors for the Ducati. In terms of stock mirrors, they are really fantastic, but they had some limitations that really pissed me off, and that was part of my motive for changing them out. I also have to admit that I scratched them in a parking lot, so that was very sad for me. So that was the motive to get rid of them completely. And the old mirrors, they were pretty cute, and they were like round, and they were bar end mirrors that kind of like scooped up, and they were made of really nice material. They weren't plastic, and they had a pretty big field of view. But these new mirrors, while they are smaller in diameter, I actually see so much more because I always forget to look this up, but it's like concave or convex. Something about the mirror design is giving me a broader field of view, and I've loved that. And the old mirrors, the thing that was actually the worst thing about them, I didn't even realize the real estate of what I could see in them was limited compared to what I could get with an aftermarket mirror. But the worst thing was that somehow they didn't stay in place, but then they also didn't move much. The way the bar ends were like attached, or the way the mirrors were attached to the bar ends, they could pivot like forward and backward, but I couldn't like move the mirror around any way I needed it to be moved. And so that made it kind of limiting getting things in the exact place that I wanted them. And then it would just kind of like move every so often, like it wouldn't be just right. And that was really irritating to work with. But these new mirrors, I can like flip them any way I want. I can fold them in even. They're the lane splitter edition. And that has been really fantastic. And even just being able to you can kind of like half close them or partial close them if you just want like a slightly different perspective. So have been loving the mirrors. It's probably enough talking about the mirrors, but because I did the mirrors, figured might as well do the grips. And because we did all that handlebar situation, I also had to change out the bar ends, like the parts that actually sink into the ends of the handlebars, because the old ones were incompatible with the new mirrors. So had to do all that. That was really fun. And that was like really big aesthetic improvements to the bike, especially the fuel cap. Like that was night and day difference. So I hope you guys have been enjoying the journey of modifying the bike like I have. And on the note of that fuel cap, I also went to Modified, and I talk about this in the video, and I powder coated the little toggle on it, and then I also powder coated this piece that goes over the exhaust. So those differences are like so good. I can't believe I've been living my life this long without those. And more recently, and this video will probably come out before that video, this will come out before what I was just recently working on. And that is what is it? Oh, the turn signals. Oh my gosh, the turn signals look so good. And Dana and I literally just did them yesterday and loving the results of those. We also wanted to do the levers. However, it turns out that I need these adapter mounts to be able to fit them onto my bike. And first, for a second, they looked identical. And I was like, oh my God, did I not get like the right levers? But they are just very similar design for the clutch and for the brake. But yeah, to fit them on my bike, I have to get special adapters, and they're like out of stock a lot of places, especially the brake lever one. And I had to order it from Italy, and apparently it might not get here until like the end of December. So we'll see about that. Maybe I'll do a mini grand reveal before I do the levers, and then maybe I'll put some other things on my list. Who knows? It's a work in progress. I love just tweaking this bike and getting it just right, because it is a beautiful bike to start off with. I will not roast the stock Cafe Racer, but the improvements are night and day. It looks incredible now. Yeah, so levers are gonna have to come later, and it added another $100 to the budget that I didn't expect to have to pay for when doing these levers. So this is ending up being quite the expense. And that's something I wanted to ask you guys. Would you be interested in a full expense breakdown of everything I've done to my bike? Like I've took out those 54 side panels, I've done this and that and the other thing. I actually even just, I brought in my bike for maintenance and we had them swap out the chain. I know I literally just redid my chain last year, but it was annihilated. Not just because of my neglect, but I'm hearing that chains, we go through them quickly in Wisconsin due to the salt on the roads, and especially if you get out there early and stay riding late like I do, you can really put your chain through the paces. Redid the chain. I had the maintenance guys at Rena and Brookfield do it. They're really great. And I went with a gold one, so it looks really swanky right now, and I'm just gonna enjoy that while I can. New front tire. But I'm thinking in terms of like, do we want to know the whole cost breakdown of everything I've ever paid for on the bike? You know, I think that might be more universally relevant, is like literally every expense, like including maintenance. And it's gonna be a doozy. It's gonna probably be terrible to confront all those expenses, but they are over the course of like 5 years. Well, I mean, I think that's the majority of what I wanted to chat with you guys about. I just wanted to get you up to speed with my world and with where the bike's going. Love that thing so much, and I still have a couple more things to do on it, but we're getting really close to like a pretty cohesive vision. And after I do some of these finishing touches, or maybe after now that we've done the turn signals, it will look quite good. I'm gonna do an updated walk around tour of the bike and like really show you guys what she looks like, what I've done to it, and give it more justice in that first video of me just like filming it on my phone out under a bridge. We'll do it a little bit more quality this time. We'll make it good stuff. Yeah, I mean, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for sticking with me this year. I know I have not been super present online, but it's just because life offline is super great, and I'd hate to be chronically online when things are so good. So I'd rather be in the here and now, and I will come back to you guys with good stuff, and I'll only come through and make content when I'm excited about making it, and when I know it'll be relevant for you guys. Hopefully you'll be seeing the turn signal mod really soon. That one should be a quick one. And then levers, who knows, it could be 2023, or if they get here early, maybe I could squeeze it in December, but it just depends on the weather. But yeah, if you haven't checked out my website yet, go to greatlakesupplyco.com and just cruise around there, see if you like anything. Oh, if you like my sweater, this is from a brand called Somersault, and I bought from them like years ago, and I loved this turtleneck that I bought from them. It's like perfect for travel because it's a good layering piece and it's like very flattering, but also pretty modest. They reached out to me and wanted to like give me stuff to try out. That was like the best thing ever, because that's one of the first times, other than literally Ducati, that a brand that I know and love has reached out to me to work with them that I've already had a great experience with, and they're like on my wish list, you know what I mean? Like there's some other brands that I would absolutely love to work with, and most of them are clothing brands. If you're a person who needs these kind of things, I think they have men's clothes as well. They're just really high quality, well-made pieces. So check out Somersault. A lot of things are trendless, wonderful neutrals, really made to last items. So I wanted to shout that out because they gave it to me for free. This is like merino wool and a little bit of cashmere, and it's super great. Really great because it's like a lightweight layering piece, and I can fit like jackets over it without feeling like a stuffed sausage. Tangents aside, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, ride safe.